Yeah, yeah. That's what they do, and that's also feudalism too, because that's what they also do in like the Middle East, where they import workers from as immigrants because then they have no rights, zero rights, right? And then they become beholden to the company, because what if the company can then justify or assure them, like here's the actual laws, right? But these corporations, they don't care about the laws. Who says that they have to follow the laws? Nobody. So then those people, those immigrants, are literally beholden to the corporation. How is that different than feudalism? It's not. It's the same exact thing. Their right to make money, to live, is literally dependent on the corporation's a bit like that. It's only the corporation that's allowing them to do that. The actual government laws, they mean nothing. There's nothing that they can do, because the way that the system works is there's no regulatory body to prevent it from happening. We're it's the free market, you know. So yeah, that's techno-feudalism. That's what that is. And we are the ones that benefit of like this. Everything we have, we benefit from it every fucking day. That's why like it's like you have to be very, very, like I was been an activist for a very long time and have completely abandoned the cause of activism unless it's like for tenant tenant organizing or labor organizing. Those two things. Otherwise, it's just politics, and it's meant to just rinse you of your energy. Organizing against landlords and organizing against your boss. Those are the two things that matter. There used to be politics, like that's what like politicians used to be for, was taking up those fights, but they don't fucking do that anymore. They post on Twitter. Yeah, it's slavery. It's like it's you. If you look at how it is in like Qatar, or like the way that they were able to, like in the World Cup and the labor force that they used for the World Cup, all of those people were immigrants, and the the way that it works is like the it all just becomes beholden to capital. So the government can say whatever they want, whatever fucking laws they claim. That doesn't matter, right? Because the corporation will just they'll just undercut the law. And there's the system has made it, there is no, right, like there is nothing that actually stops it from happening. There isn't anything that stops it from happening. Corporations spend millions, billions of dollars to make it so that they don't have to follow those regulations. They get lawyers that used to be like in the CIA. Like that's used to be what they would be doing. But all those people now don't work for governments anymore. They work for corporations. They work for like the capital intelligence, to make it so that they can undercut the laws of governments, to exploit people and to shift human bodies around, to exploit labor. But the good thing is that the tap is running out. The tap for us Anglo-Western Americans and Anglo-transatlantic, the West, that tap is running out, because the tap of the labor is being reoriented to a more just source of being able to go to your government. And there's going to be, we should check on the news, because who knows what's happening in Nigeria, but there will be wars fought over this, but that's what's happening. And we see it every single day. Is like the governments in overexploited nations are retaking control, and they are kicking corporations that are Western oriented out of their countries. And we will fucking fight them for it. And that fight will happen until one group of capitalists is fighting the other in the West, which is like what's going to happen when like the US and Canada square off for resources in like 100 years, right? It's all if capitalism keeps going the way this is all predetermined. That's how the algorithm works. It's going to continue to extract profit for the most that it can get for the least possible. And that's where it leads us to, is like a literal war over fresh water in Canada and in the United States. And that's what I mean when it's like, capitalism will destroy itself. It will destroy itself. It will end in a fucking civil war between one faction of the West and the other. And the non-West will just be sitting there with its arms crossed, waiting to negotiate with the winner or to negotiate with the loser in a way to do a power transfer to, like there's only there is a vulnerable side here because two factions of capital domination will eventually splinter off, and it will lead to only lead to the people of the West having to make a choice. And that's why fascism is being externalized, because that's why there is the rise of fascism, because we have to make a choice.